Welcome everyone, this is Master's Joke, also Master's Joke 75 on Instagram. So if you've been following me on Instagram, you would have seen the new releases from Character Options for the Doctor Who range. So I'd heard rumours about the 13th Doctor set. Now I thought it was going to be three versions of the 13th Doctor. And I was really looking forward to it. You know, I really like the 13th Doctor. I don't care what anyone else says, I really like it. So I'd seen leaked images of Yaz with her new head sculpt and her new hairstyle. I think she looks pretty decent. Was Yaz one of the strongest companions Doctor Who's ever had? I think the jury's out. Only time will tell. But no, it's a really good version of Yaz. I mean, we've had a couple of variants already, but this is a different head sculpt, so it looks good. 13th Doctor in her darker coat looks great. I love the 13th Doctor. I think she's great. And then you've got the Weeping Angel as well, which looks, I've got to say, it looks fantastic. I love that kind of translucent plastic that they use on action figures, especially with the Star Wars ones, when it's like a Force ghost or it's a hologram. So I'm really pleased with it. Disappointed is too strong of a word. This set is great. It's on my list, definitely. But I was hoping it was going to be three separate Jodie Whittaker figures, like the 8th and the 10th Doctor sets. I'm surprised that they didn't do a Jodie Whittaker Weeping Angel figure. If I'm honest, I thought that probably would have been quite easy for them to do. But there's still time. Maybe they'll do that, for the anniversary perhaps next year. But really, really pleased with it. Then you've got the 9th Doctor set. And again, I thought it was going to be three 9th Doctor figures because, again, I'm a big fan of the 9th Doctor. So the hologram figure, really pleased with it because it's an iconic scene in the final episode. We've obviously had a similar figure for the 10th Doctor going back years. I think there was two versions. There was the what was it? There was the release from the Doctor Who exhibition that you could just buy it in a little bag. And then I think Character Options released it on card, slightly different, which looks very similar to this 10th Doctor figure. But I'm happy with that. I'm also happy with the other 9th Doctor figure. I think it looks great. The Rose figure, I'm really surprised with the Rose figure. I like Rose. I think she's all right of a character, but I don't think this is the strongest Rose sculpt. This is one of the first Doctor Who figures that character ever released, so it doesn't do much. It's got no articulation at all in the legs or the arms, and this was released at a time when character didn't even know they were going to do an action figure line for the Doctor Who range. So I'm very surprised that they've released this figure. I mean, I think there's two. They've released this figure twice before. I really hope they haven't put Rose written on her back and instead they've put Punky Fish, just like what she wore in the final episode, Parting of the Waves. But it's all right. I'm not going to grumble. It's another set on my list, but I'm surprised that they released this Rose figure. It would have been far better to have released the second version of Rose, which I thought was a really superior sculpt. So I'm surprised that they've released this old Rose. But as I say, I'm not going to grumble. Maybe it was a cost thing. Now we come to the Genesis of the Daleks set. Very excited about this. I love my Daleks. It looks like a really, really decent set. But the question you got to ask yourself: what are your chances of being able to pick this figure up? I got luck. I struck lucky. I hit the B&M on the first week that all the sets were all the last wave of sets were released. Now I was able to get the Death to the Daleks, which that was my number one set. I was able to get Death to the Daleks, the 8th Doctor set, and the 10th Doctor set just in one hit. And I was like, I was very surprised to do that, because my local B&M didn't have the first Doctor TARDIS. A lot of the Dalek sets it's never had. So I was well chuffed. The Planet of the Dalek set, I only picked it up last week, and that was from me shopping around. I actually managed to get it from my local B&M. They must have had a restock, but again, there was only one there on the shelf, together with some 8th and 10th Doctor sets. But I refused to pay the scalpers any of my hard-earned cash. I'm not going to be buying anything on eBay. So the chances of me picking up this Destiny of Genesis of the Dalek set is pretty remote, if I'm honest. I'm not going to hold my breath. And I don't mean to sound pessimistic, but B&M really need to do something, because it's a big plus that they've started selling the 8th and 10th Doctor sets online. That's the first time they've ever sold Doctor Who figures online, and people did say, these are going to be peg warmers, especially the 10th Doctor set. I think they're great, and if I'd known they were online, it was only like recently, the last couple of weeks they went online, but if I'd known they were online, I wouldn't have gone toy hunting for Doctor Who figures. I would have waited and bought them online. But there's no Daleks on there. And I fear the same thing is going to happen again. I've heard rumours that some of the people who work at B&M have been using their 20% discount, buying up all the Daleks and scalping them on eBay, which is just wrong. I've had my fair share of run-ins with staff at B&M. I'm not going to lie. I never thought I'd be shoved by another customer with a couple of boxes of Cybermen in my hands. That's another story. That's for another day. But B&M, B&M sort it out. Listen to the buyers. You need to do something. Get these Daleks and Doctor Who figures online, and everyone will be happy. But at the end of the day, they're a business. I don't think they care. It's quite obvious to me they don't care, but it is what it is. So going back to the Daleks, this is the Destiny of the Dalek set. Again, I've never owned any. Was it? There was an original set that came out with Tom Baker, and I think the Daleks, they had the little bombs on. So I think was that a Forbidden Planet exclusive? I can't remember. I never had that. But yeah, the set looks good. Again, it's on my list. Just like the last wave, they were all on my list, and luckily I got them all. So going back to Genesis of the Daleks, I'd heard rumours about the Davros set coming out. And again, I think this is a re-release from another Forbidden Planet release, I think, back in the day. This is going back to the... when would it have been? What the early... Was it the late noughties, early 10s, I suppose? I never owned it again. I think I had other things to spend my money on back then. But I don't actually own any Davros figures at all, I don't think. Do I? Oh, no. I've got one Davros figure, and that was from the recent... That was from the recent release of Peter Capaldi. That was going back a couple of Christmases ago, I think it was. So having an original Davros, who's it? Is this Michael? Is it Michael Wisher? I think. And it comes with the Mark III travel machine as well. I think this is great. So this was. I heard about this. I think sometime last week, and of course, I don't know if you're aware. If you've been watching me on Instagram, you would have seen that B&M had released a photo of some of the boxes on their Twitter, and it showed that there was a Dalek set, and also the 13th Doctor set. So yeah, this is a really good one. Genesis of Daleks, great episode. I remember being scared when I first watched it, but I didn't watch it till the 80s, I think it was, when must have been 83, when the Five Doctors was about to be shown for the first time, and I think they were doing reruns of the old Doctor Who episodes, and I remember being scared of this. And finally, this is like number one on the list, and it is the first Doctor TARDIS electronic with the first Doctor. But this, as reported on one of my previous videos, this is the David Bradley head sculpt, and it now all makes sense, because obviously David Bradley was in Twice Upon a Time with Peter Capaldi, and I think that this is what this set is based on. But then, out of the blue, David Bradley turns up on Sunday night in Jodie Whittaker's final episode, The Power of the Doctor. And of course, you had the other classic Doctors in there as well. So that was, I mean, look, I've got to be honest. I've got to watch the story again. It didn't make much sense, but it was fantastic. I loved every minute of it, and I'm probably going to watch it again tonight. But that's for another time. Let's get back to the figures. This TARDIS and First Doctor figure, I always say it, absolutely fantastic. But have I got any chance of picking it up? I mean, you just don't know. I mean, some of the TARDISes, there was loads of them. I remember the what was it? It was the Tom Baker Regeneration TARDIS. There was loads of them. So much so that it got reduced in my local B&M. This was going back this is going back pre-pandemic. It got reduced from £20 because it was non-electronic. Reduced from £20 to £10, and there was loads of them, absolutely loads of them. So who knows if there's going to be loads of this? I mean, it's an electronic one, so it is going to be more, more popular with the action figure buyers. But are you going to be able to get hold of it? I mean, I've at Collectomania 27 that I attended, I saw the previous First Doctor release that I missed out on because it never showed up in my B&M. That was going for like £80 on one stall, £95 on another. It's on eBay for over 100. So yeah, this is my number one set, but am I going to get hold of it? It's all about distribution. And as I've said in previous videos, I do know someone who works in the B&M distribution warehouse, but he doesn't know what's in the boxes. So yeah, chocolate and teapot comes to mind. But yeah, this is my number one figure. It looks absolutely amazing, and I really hope that I get it. But yeah, that just a quick video. That's just to let you know that they've been revealed by Character Options, and they're on their way to hit the shops for November. So I hope you liked the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Catch you in the next one. The vlog is over.